manuscript anyway?
I don't know. She's resourceful. I told you you were too hard on her. Listen, I found out all sorts of interesting stuff while I was digging around.
Yeah.
Mr. Wake, it's Sheriff Breaker. We have an FBI agent here, Agent Nightingale.
Ooh, I was warned about that.
He's anxious to see you. You'd better come to the station.
Okay, I'll be right over, Sheriff. Let's make this quick, huh?
Help you folks? Name's Randolph. I'm the manager.
We're looking for Rose. Works as a waitress down at the diner.
Rose, sure. Nice girl. Who wants to know?
I'm Alan Wake.
The writer, huh? I heard on the radio you were visiting. Well, I'll show you her trailer. That Rose, she's a nice girl.
Sorry, we'll get an intro here in a minute, guys.
As I was saying, Al, I found all sorts of
This
weird
came in very
stuff from the
unexpectedly.
local newspaper's archives. This place is crazy. Disappearances, mysterious deaths, urban legends come true, and get this, most of this stuff takes place around Cauldron Lake.
Well, you ain't wrong, mister. The Indians thought the lake was a doorway to the underworld. I'm the God-fearing type myself. I don't hold with that sort of thing.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, there was an island there owned by a guy called Thomas Zane. Now, some of the articles I found about him make him out to be a famous writer, but I ran a bunch of searches, couldn't find a single thing he wrote. Zane was heavily into diving, so much so that the place came to be called Diver's Isle. But the volcano under the lake erupted in 1970, and Zane went down with the island.
Sorry, I'm sure there's going to be more exposition here in just a second. We'll get everything up and running after that. And I'll explain why we came in the middle of a cutscene, and yeah. A little more pressed for time than I thought I was. That's where we're going for on this.
It gets better. A local girl, Barbara Jagger, drowned in Cauldron Lake just a week earlier. They were lovers.
Welcome to part 6, though.
Sure, Jagger's a local spook store. The Scratching Hag comes for you in the dark. Childish stuff like that.
Anyway, Al, I'm just getting to the best part. All of the articles about this stuff were written by Cynthia.
Good lord, NPCs that walk slower than your character should not be allowed in a game.
What, the lamp lady? She
Oh
can be a
my
little
god.
loopy, but she's not homeless or anything.
Yeah, anyway, she knew both Jagger and Zane before they both died, and she had some kind of a breakdown.
Good god. Randolph, I need you to go back to before the war when you had a good leg. And start fucking moving, buddy. Because, I'm Alan Wake. I don't have time for this, okay? I'm Alan goddamn Wake.
Well, mister, this here's Rose's trailer. You mind me asking what you want with her?
We're just here to talk to her, pal.
You could have said that nicer, Barry. It sounds like we're not just here to talk to her. You know? You get it? You understand? All right, well, Rose, need to talk to you, buddy. It's a weird door. Like, it's almost like it's not a door. Oh.
Oh dear, Mr. Wake. I'm so glad you're here.
Rose, you have my manuscript?
Oh yes. Yes. Please come in.
Hey, this is really good.
Rose,
Yes,
my manuscript. I really need it.
I understand. I know what you need. A muse to inspire you.
Oh, for Barry. She doesn't have anything.
Yeah, hey, Al? Al, what's... Oh...
Ooh, we got drugged.
Barry! What? What?
It's coming for you, hiding in my barber's skin. I'm too weak to stop it. You must turn the lights on.
I promised I'd come visit you and your lovely wife. You must finish what you started. I insist.
You must turn the lights on. Turn the light on.
That's creepy.
Back to work, boy.
I felt nauseous, hungover. Only anger kept me going.
I can't tell reality from dream anymore, but it seems I have an imaginary editor to help me. She's an old woman in a funeral dress. I call her Barbara Jagger. She's very strict. I'm writing faster and faster. My manuscript is being heavily revised. The edits are getting very aggressive, and each day there's less of me and more of her. I hate it, but I know she's right.
All right, really quick. So welcome to part 6, guys. The reason that we came in the middle of the cutscene is because I reloaded the game and I didn't realize that it was going to jump straight into a cutscene. I thought I'd have a moment to, say hi. I'm in the same clothes I've been in for the last 5 episodes. We're now in episode 6 because I need to record these all as quickly as possible. I looked into when Alan Wake 2 is coming out and didn't realize it was 4 days from now. So I need to complete all of Alan Wake, all of American Nightmare, and have those videos out and on my channel before Alan Wake 2 drops, so I can play Alan Wake 2 on launch to get those videos out as well. I did the math based on conservatively how many hours it's going to take to complete the 2 games and doing half-hour episodes, and I need to do roughly 7 episodes a day, which is about 3.5 to 4 hours of gameplay every single day that I need to not only play, but then edit, which isn't really, it's just running it through a software to make sure it comes out at the right quality. And then upload, which is a lot to do. So I've got, this week of my life is going to be very, 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 very busy playing Alan Wake. And I'm really pushing myself to get it done. So I guess in a couple days, we'll know if I did it or not.
I can save Alice this way. She knows more of this than I do.
Rose took a day from me. I had less than 12 hours left to meet the kidnapper. All I could do was get Barry into the car, work something out once I got on the road.
Welcome to the Oh Dear Diner.
Barry?
What can I get you today?
All right, Barry.
Coffee?
You'll be
I couldn't
okay
work
there.
up much hate for Rose. Something had used her to get to me and left its mark. My gun and flashlight were gone. I'd have to find a way to get Barry into the car as quickly as possible. There was no time to waste. Mr. Randolph liked Rose. That little smile she had. How she was still sweet when life had tried so hard to make her bitter. It wasn't any of his business what she did in her trailer. But those strangers, the writer and his smart-ass sidekick, looked like trouble. And they'd been in there for hours, way past her normal bedtime. He reached for the phone and called the sheriff's station.
Oh good, the cops are on the way. Well, I can tell them. You know, that sweet young girl in there, yeah, she drugged us. She drugged the shit out of us. Wonder if I can go through random people's houses. Don't need to turn on the radio. I also lowered the volume of the game. Looking back through my old episodes, during the heavy action, it was just really hard to hear what I was saying. And it was loud enough that I don't think lowering it by the amount that I did is going to make anything too quiet. But, I want to make sure that my voice comes through. Because ultimately, this is more a video diary for myself.
God knows what you've done to that poor girl.
This is Agent Nightingale, FBI! Get him up, Hemingway! You're under arrest! You move a muscle, I'll unload right in your goddamn face! Stay right where you are, Slane!
They really took shots with a civilian right in the way.
Standing right here, you goddamn maniac!
That was wild that they took
I
those
hated
shots.
to leave Barry behind, but there was no way I'd miss my appointment with the kidnapper.
Well, it looks like a lot of people are getting fired, because I don't plan on getting caught. We have to lower the volume just a little bit more. Music can come down, effects can... We're going to keep the speech volume up, and then cinema. All that can come down, leave the speech volume where it's at. That feels a little better. Ooh. The Cappers. How did the FBI get here so quickly? I guess the FBI was already at the police station. That makes sense, I guess.
Okay, men, keep your eyes peeled. He's gonna try to make it through here.
Oh, damn.
Yo, fuck out of here. Oh, God. What the fuck am I supposed to do about that? Do I have to stay in the tunnel? They can't hit me here because of the rocks, maybe? They were trying to blast me away, though. Seems like a very... It does seem like a big overreaction, doesn't it? Like, even if... And I'm not saying this isn't a horrific crime, but even if I had drugged and done something horrible to that girl, guns blazing when I doesn't seem like I'm armed? I don't know. That seems like a drastic overreaction.
For decades, the darkness that wore Barbara Jagger's skin slept fitfully in the dark place that was its home and prison. It was hungry and in pain. It dreamed of its nights of glory when the poet's writing had called it from the depths and given it a brief, terrible taste of power and freedom. The rock stars had stirred it from the deep sleep the poet had sunk it back to in the end. When it sensed the writer on the ferry, it opened its eyes.
So the old lady was always this thing. Oof. Right. Well, we'll come back for you, Barry. I promise. Maybe. A little bit. I mean, anyone else could sell my books, right? What do I need Barry for? Now, if it was Barry Allen, we'd be there, because he's important. I don't like that it took my light away. I need my light.
This horror was everywhere I went, circling me. The cops didn't stand a chance. They were after a writer, not a monster.
Maybe I am the monster, though. If there wasn't a sequel, I would almost think this might end with him killing himself, because maybe if his creative ideas die, this whole thing dies with him, you know? Oh, crows. Taking down the helicopter. Well, that's something. Oof. That's all I can really say on that one. Oof. I don't know what this is I'm using, but let's use it.
This is James. Mulligan, Thornton, come in. Over. Thornton here. James, we got both Wheeler and Rose in custody. They didn't put up a fight or anything. But they were... Hey, what are you doing? Come on. Sit down and give me that. James, Mulligan here. Over. Go ahead, Mulligan. Over. We got Wheeler and Rose here. Wheeler's drunk or hopped up on something. Speaking of which, that Fed had a pretty distinctive whiff of Otis Scotch about it.
I imagined that the broadcast tower in the distance was part of the local radio station. Maine seemed like a decent guy. Perhaps he could give me directions to the coal mine. Unnatural shadows clung to the gate. The darkness that was after me was trying to stop me. I wouldn't get through without a light.
Coffee first, in case I forget. Generator. I still don't have a flashlight. I feel naked without the flashlight and some kind of weapon. Maybe I could just carry this around with me, or not, because it broke. Yeah, so by my calculation, I have to do 7 episodes a day to get through this and American Nightmare, just in time to try to burn through Alan Wake 2 as much as possible. By the end of this, I am going to be an Alan Wake fanatic, or I'm going to hate the series. I don't know which. But I'm super excited for 2. I'm just very excited to try it out. I think it's going to be... I think bringing a series back like this from so long ago, I think they have to do their best with it. Is there a gun here, though? Nope. Cool. Alright, I got the flashlight. I feel better. I still need some kind of
It took
gun,
me a
though.
moment to recognize the flashbang grenades.
Oh,
They were
jeez.
an ideal weapon for my situation.
Interesting. It's got about like a 2 to 2.5 second delay on it. All right, let's run and pull as many of these guys in as we can. Oh, I thought I dodged. Yeah. I thought I'd spawn more if I just kept running. They're really not going to give me a gun. They're going to make me use flashbangs for a little bit, aren't they? Probably a good idea. That's something the games have an issue with, where if they give you an initial weapon, gamers are so unlikely to want to use a weapon other than that initial weapon. Oh my god. And like I'm guilty of it too. But like once you get used to one weapon, trying to switch to a new weapon halfway through the game just feels hard. It feels wrong almost. Like I've spent 5 hours using this one weapon, why would I ever pull out a different weapon, you know? I swear I'm dodging. I'm dodging like my life depends on it, which it does. Just looking for loot. Like this, look at this. This has got to be loot. Loot! Ooh, what's this? And health. What a great little detour I took. Oh. Trust no one in the dark. Will do. Got some flares and lithium batteries. Well, it looks like we found our 5 weapons for the game. Revolver, hunting rifle, shotgun, flares, flashbangs. It's a pretty well-rounded well-rounded arsenal. Is there a gun? Nope, but more flashbangs. I'm dodging. I promise you guys I'm dodging. You guys ever watch a musical and it just gets so stuck in your head? That all you want to do is just quote it non-stop. Not even quote like just quote very specific lines from the songs. That's what's stuck in my head right now. If you've never seen
Maine could lend me a car to get to the coal mine.
Nerdy Prudes Must Die on YouTube, so worth a watch. Or worth like 10 once you watch it once.
What do you mean?
It's a trailer park. Of course you're going to have trouble in a place like that. I mean, what do you expect? The sheriff should be helping us normal citizens instead of wasting resources on those people.
Well,
They'll have to try to sort themselves out. I'm sorry, but my granddaddy settled in Bright Falls in 1911.
well, thank you very much for that compassionate viewpoint, Lorna. Oh, here's a little surprise. The famous writer Alan Wake just walked in. Folks, I'm going to see if I can talk him into an interview.
I need a gun.
Oh, I'm so glad you could find the time to do this, Mr. Wake.
Nowhere to run now, Dan Brown. You back away from me. Don't hurt.
Whoa. Everyone calm down. Put the gun down. We're all friends here, right?
Cool your jets, Nightingale. We got him.
Judas Priest!
What the hell's the matter with you? There's a civilian in there.
Is he taken over by the darkness? Like, what's up with him?
I'll get you yet, even if it kills me. You hear me? You hear me, H.P. Lovecraft?
I had fallen off so many cliffs it was ridiculous. That's what you get for naming a book The Sudden Stop. It was probably good I hadn't had the chance to tell Maine where I was going. I'd have to lose the cops and find my own way to the mine. Nightingale stared through the broken studio window into the dark woods. He turned around, started to walk out, but Maine grabbed his arm. "Young man, you almost shot me. You don't shoot off rounds at people like that. What's the matter with you?" Nightingale shook his arm free, marched out. His cheeks burned with rage and humiliation.
I'm gonna say Nightingale's not under the influence of the darkness, and he's just a shitty FBI agent. Truly abominable behavior. Still no gun, just... Oh, God. Just flashbangs and flares. Revolver, finally! Give me my precious gun. Where'd they go? Okay. I'm sure they'll be back. They want me to go left. Which means I'm gonna go right. Because now that I've got a gun, I need ammo for the gun. Oh my god, this is... If this is not a path to some optional loot, I'm going to be a little disappointed because this is very out of the way. This looks like the hill we go down to get to the house that doesn't actually exist. Alright guys, listen, if there's nothing at the top of this hill, I'm so sorry, but you cannot tell me that this is not, like, a strangely crafted and thought out optional direction, right? So the only thing I can think is there's something up here worth getting, or this is the direction we're supposed to come after we go to the train depot. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm gonna... Oh, God. Alright, I'm already... Yeah. I'm on my way. Let's do it. I'm starting to think this is where we're supposed to go after the train depot, and that I've come all this way just to go all the way back down, just to come all the way back up again, but it's too late. It is too late to apologize. It's too late. It's too late to apologize.
Danny had stepped out, but what stumbled back in was something else. Something alien. A monster. Walter tried to kill it, first with his fists, then a chair. It wouldn't die. Instead, it kept coming, unaffected by the beating it had taken. After Walter managed to kick it down the cellar stairs, fear took over. He ran, got behind the wheel, gunned the engine. The booze wouldn't make him forget, but he knew he had to try.
All right. Is this all that's up here? Did I just come all the way up here for 2 flares and a manuscript? I am glad I did it. So glad I did it. It was the right call. Because if we didn't know about Danny, how else would we know about Danny? Do you ever have enemies in high school? Ooh, there's something glinting. Oh, that's a coffee thermos. There's another loot thingy. Cool. Yo, fuck these birds. Do you ever have enemies in high school that, looking back, you were like, why were we even enemies in the first? Like, why were we just not good people to each other? I have that with a kid named Danny, except I know why I didn't like him, and it's because he's a son of a bitch. I really came all the way up here just to get murdered by some birds. Bye, bird. All right, come on. How many flocks am I supposed to murder at once? I think they sent 4 at me just now from opposite directions. Like, how am I supposed to deal with that? Maybe like I just did because I'm a fucking boss. Let's go. Birds don't bother me. Alright, I do need more ammo, though. Like, desperately need more ammo.
There was no sensible reason for the power company work lights to be here. It was almost as if they'd been left for someone like me to use.
Yo, pick up the flashbang, bro. Oh, revolver ammo. Yes, yes, yes. All right. Oh, did they go out after a couple seconds? Okay. Oh. Well, it's still flickering. I don't. It's got to go out, right? Yeah. Okay. So me thinks there's gonna be something strong here that we got to deal with. Good shit, good shit, good shit. All right, let's pop that back on real quick. Let's get the lights going again. There's stuff in this house for me to loot. So more... Oh. In light, you can hurt them. I think I've recognized that at this point. Thank you, though, game. Like, I don't know, I just think we're at the point where if you have to continually tell me that I need light to hurt my enemies, you must be not paying attention to the game. Coffee thermos. Oh, that's the way we have to go. Which means over here is the optional route. There's definitely something over there, so let's go try it out. A manuscript. More pages. So I know what's going to become... So I can spoil the story before I get to it? Is that...
The bulldozer's engine roared to life. Mud and rocks flew as it fought for traction. It crashed through the concrete wall and landed heavily in the yard. If it were an animal, it would have shaken its head after the impact, fixed its eyes on me, and charged. Of course, it had no head, nor eyes. Shadows crawled on its form, twisting it into a monster. Then, it came for me.
It came for me. How you say that last line really helps determine what kind of a book you're reading. All right, guys, that's going to be the end of this one. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, if you could like, comment, subscribe, do whatever you can to help me rise up the YouTube algorithm. That way other people can find it and enjoy my content. I'd really appreciate it. And as always, guys, until next time, see ya.